I'll bring you to another hobby store today, and it's at East End of Toronto. And you can only park on the street. I hope it's not too hard to find parking space. It's pretty tricky to park at Toronto Midtown. You can park at curbside meter parking or on a side street. I've read all the online reviews last night, and everyone who's been there has so much good things to say about the store. There are two major subways nearby in walkable distance. Wheels and Wings is a long-running hobby store that's open since 1986. I guess most of us were not even born yet. Let's go!
This store focuses mainly on plastic models, and you can find varieties of Gunpla, World War I and II tanks, fighter jets and aircraft, battleships, cars, sci-fi, armor, miniature, anime kits, Pokemon, trading card games, and many tools and accessories from different brands.
Hi Dawn, can you tell us how you started this business back in 37 years ago?
I started the store back in 1986. It was July the 12th, 1986, a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. The number of customers that showed up that day, we could not match until about 12 years later. My mom ran the store from 1986 to 1998. If it hadn't been for her, I probably would have gone out of business. She actually made money every year. She was a very smart business person. We started off with 750 kits. I like inventory, as you may be able to tell by the video, but right now we're running about 15,000 kits in the store and about another 17,000 kits that are still to be priced and brought into the store. We deal with everybody from the hardcore hobbyist that's right at the top of the triangle all the way down to the 5-year-old coming in that wants to know how to model. We really do try and make sure everybody has a good time. We do have some policies. I got 3 that are in stone. We cannot move them. The first one obviously is the law. Everything that we do is above the law. My employees are paid above the law. Health and safety, I want my employees to be safe, and I want my customers to be safe. The last one, customer must leave happy. They come here to relax. They come here to get away from the office. They want some time to just totally relax. The last thing they need is an argument or have a tension going on in the store. So other than that, it's been a good growth. We've expanded into the internet. We came, wow, over about the last 3-4 years, just before COVID, we turned around and we really started to change the store. I brought in younger staff. They brought in the Gundam, they brought in the Warhammer, and we're totally rechanging ourselves. We've done that about 4 times in the last 37 years, and hopefully we'll just keep doing it.
I know many builders don't airbrush the kits. They rather stick with spray cans and hand paints everything. And because many of them are not familiar with airbrush and do not want to spend too much on something they're not confident with.
They have great selections of painting supplies, weathering, and diorama products. You can find lacquer, acrylic, enamel, and oil paints here, and they carry brands like Aptalon, AK Interactive, L-Clyde, and Mobile Mic, Badger, Citadel, Mr. Hobby, Tamiya, Moloto Markers, Vallejo, and Revell.
If you're new to this hobby and want to learn more about painting, weathering, battle damage, dioramas, Warhammer, and military models, they have great selections of books and magazines here. When I started this hobby 5 years ago, I only got a $35 airbrush compressor kit from eBay because I didn't want to invest too much into this until I know for sure I want to continue for it. Let's see which entry-level airbrushes Kyle would suggest for beginners.
So that's the Iwata beginner airbrush set. This is great for somebody just starting out. It has everything in the box that you need to get started with airbrushing. It's a simple, straightforward airbrush, small compressor, good for models, miniatures. If you were an artist or somebody doing bigger stuff, you'd probably want something more heavy duty. For example, Iwata's best-selling, most popular airbrush, the Eclipse HPCS, 0.35 millimeter nozzle. We'll do detail, we'll do general purpose work, everything from space marines to space shuttles.
They are the gold crown dealer of Iwata products. Iwata is a Japanese manufacturer that delivers top-of-the-line airbrushes and compressors. And they also carry airbrush sets and any Iwata-related equipment parts and accessories.
First time walking into this store, I was amazed by how all these models stack from wall to wall everywhere. I'm a flight attendant and I love looking at these planes here, and I always fly with this 737 at work. I've always built Gunpla, and for non-Gunpla, we're like Kotobukiya and China-made brands from my sponsors. I seriously know nothing about aircraft and military stuffs. And what's the difference between building Gundams and these aircraft and military models?
So when we're talking about Gundam versus aircraft, military, tanks, stuff like that, the big difference is going to be the necessity for glue and paint. So when we're talking about Gundam, all of this stuff here is going to be pre-colored plastic. So they don't need any paint, any glue, snap it together. The big part for Gundam versus military is going to be the ease of access when it comes to this. So as a kid or someone who's never been into the hobby, you really want to start with something simple that you can dip your toes into and enjoy. The best thing to do is sit down and snap together a good old Gundam.
I think these military models are very educational. I was very into world history back in school times, and being able to see how World War I and World War II tanks, trucks, battleships, and jets look like is really fascinating.
Forgot to tell you, this store has a basement. This part of the store is set up like a home basement. It's full of pre-owned and out-of-production products that you can't get anywhere else. These are all the vintage models, and some of them are over 20 years. And they're discounted, obviously, since they're secondhand. And this is the sci-fi section here.
Visiting Wheels and Wings Hobby is like Indiana Jones' treasure hunt. The staffs here are super knowledgeable and they know exactly where everything goes. If you don't know something, ask Kyle. And there are 2 Kyles in the store. And good news that they will be getting more up-to-date Bandai kits from now on. If you don't see the one that you want on their website, just call them and they will be more than happy to order for you. Since I'm here, I'm gonna pick up some Mr. Hobby paints. And should I grab some of these gift cards for my next giveaway? Hope you guys liked my video today. It's such a long day and now I'm craving for bubble tea. If you like my video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. And you're also welcome to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. See you in the next one.